This is the morning after the night before, where the President delivered his State of the Nation address last night here in Cape Town. And today we have one of those New Age business briefings, the latest in the series, and we'll be unpacking that speech with the President. And you at home will have an opportunity to pose your questions live, hashtag TNA BizBrief at Morning Live SABC, and we'll pose those questions through to the President, and you'll get a live response. Okay, let's go to table number 7, where we'll find Duduzi Moyo. Table number 7.
Thank you very much, Peter. Good morning, Mr. President, the ministers and the protocol observed. My name is Duduzi Moyo, the CEO of Mpilo Royal College. Mr. President, the SMMEs still suffer from red tapes. So what can we do this year to make the situation better? Because red tapes alone leads to business failure or SMME failure. Most of the business, they start and then very few years they close because they don't get support. They are being blocked, to succeed. So we want to know what can we do this year that can better the situation. Thank you very much.
Okay, so an important question, because the SMMEs are the ones that are going to create jobs faster than anybody else. Yeah. We've talked about this red tape issue for the SMMEs. Are you going to crack the whip, Minister, Mr. President?
I think we need to. We need to crack the whip. It's a very big challenge. You must know that's a fairly new department. We had to establish it precisely because we saw the need, but also the experience globally that the small businesses are the ones who are able to cover the bigger area in terms of activities. The minister responsible for that currently has been very active, but the red tape issue comes in, as well as resources. I would imagine one of the things we say is SMMEs and cooperatives. I don't think we have made sufficient input on the cooperatives who must then be there as well. The matter is being discussed by us continuously to find a way to deal with it. And I think the minister responsible is very vocal on the matter. She has come to understand some of the challenges which she's reporting back to Cabinet so that Cabinet and government broadly should help out as to how to handle this, because it is a critical one. I think one of the problems that you are dealing with is that if people have been excluded from economic mainstream, then for them in greater numbers to come in is not an easy matter. So it's a matter that we are dealing with, and I think the minister has plans, and we are ready to support the plans. And I think the kind of issues she has been raising have been received by Cabinet very well. We are now seeing how do we implement what is coming up as the kind of a plan that will help us to address the question of the SMMEs, because they are an important factor to reach our people economically, to involve them. I think as we talk about radical economic transformation, we needed to look at the SMMEs as well from that point of view.
Okay.
The Minister of SMMEs is
Minister here? Okay, yeah, do you want to have a chat? I was looking for her earlier, but she's
I was
just
looking for her too.
Good to see you. Good morning, and good morning to everybody. I guess, Mr. President, the whip is going to be cracked on me, and I'm ready for that. Yes, we do have a red tape reduction program as a department, but what I would like to say is that this isn't an issue that can only be dealt by the department alone. It is something that has to be dealt with at all 3 spheres of government, and that's why as a department we are coordinating the red tape reduction program, but it goes beyond that. It's also about the people who are sitting behind the desk, who are supposed to make sure that the turnaround time is quick in supporting small and medium enterprises and cooperatives. And I also think it's a question of education that we need to do, because it's very painful. I mean, I'm experiencing it as a minister almost everywhere I go. People are complaining about the service that they're getting and all that. So this whole issue of red tape reduction is top of our agenda, because we know that the only way we can make sure that SMMEs become the backbone of the economy of South Africa is to make it easy for them to do business. Thank you very much.
Minister, before you sit down, where can they go? Because often what happens is I do a service and it takes an age to get paid. I'm scared to annoy the guy who's given me the business in the first place. I don't want to complain, but I'll go out of business in the meantime. How can we solve that
You
challenge?
have to complain. If you're in business and you don't hold the bull by its horn and you're hiding behind somewhere, you've got to complain. The reason why government has got systems in place that enable citizens to complain is basically so that you can be able to do that. But of course, I do know that the other issue we have is that of corruption, where in order for certain papers to move from one place to the other, people expect certain things. That's why for us in the department, we think that educating ourselves, educating our citizens, but also educating small and medium enterprises of their rights, but also understanding the institutional processes and the institutions they have to go to is very important. They have to complain. They have to take it. If they have to go to the police station, they have to do that. Otherwise, if they don't do that, we'll never be able to deal with the challenges that we have. Small and medium enterprises worldwide and cooperatives are known that if they are given an opportunity, they can become the backbone of the economy of this country.